delivering a map on feelings and emotions now.
We go fast with the writing.
Because for a long time for me the difference was not clear between both of them, and I mixed them up. So now I've learned that there's a clear distinction between them, and
you're not talking to the chart, you're talking to us. Go.
so the most important thing for me to distinguish is the now versus the past and future, and that feelings arise in the now, while emotions are mostly from the past, but they can also be about the future. So feelings are here, and then we have a trigger in the now, and that can be anything that creates a feeling, and the feeling can be anger, sadness, joy, and fear, as well as emotion. So that's where it's mixing, where it might be difficult to distinguish, because they are all these four. And with this trigger, we can then have this feeling which arises, and then there we have the possibility to do something with it, because it's this neutral energy, this information that tells us something about reality. And for example, I can use my anger then to set a boundary, to say something to the person who triggered that, and then this sensation in my body, this feeling, will just pass, and there will be nothing left in my body. While when there is an emotion, probably from the past, because I haven't been able as a child to express this anger that I had in school, with other children, where I felt too scared, and I saved myself by not expressing this anger. So it was in the past, and then something in the present moment triggers this emotion. Like some detail comes up, and I react to it. So also again, this, for example, anger arises, but then it doesn't go away immediately. So it can stay for hours, even for weeks.
Why doesn't it go away immediately?
So that's a good question. What do you say?
Yeah. Do you have an answer for that?
Well, yeah, maybe it wouldn't go away immediately because I'm suppressing it, or I'm not expressing it. So it's not going away because I haven't done anything with it.
But then it would be a feeling, right? Because also I have the sense that an emotion, even if I do something about it, it doesn't really go away. Okay, it can lead to more conflict.
Beep. like I'm sensing that you're giving your center, I think, to Jacqueline or something, and you have clarity. So just speak the clarity that you have.
Yeah, the clarity that I have is that it wouldn't just disappear when I say something. And I want to encourage you to discover that with me, because I'm not totally clear if it would not go down. It might also go down again, but actually an emotion is bringing up this knowledge that is stored in the tissues in the body, and then it is an opportunity to heal that. And that's another distinction between feelings and emotions, so that the feeling is to create right now, and to act from this information that the feeling offers, while emotions are for healing this incomplete feeling that there was a feeling once, and it was not being expressed, not being completed, and therefore stored in the body. And now when it comes up, it gives me the opportunity to see that and consciously, for example, do an EHP.
What is an EHP?
An emotional healing process to become more aware, get conscious clarity about this emotion and also where it's coming from, and then express it and complete this feeling.
So if I come and step on your foot and it doesn't really hurt, but you feel angry, is that a feeling or emotion?
It can be both. If I'm still angry more than, let's say, 5 minutes later, then it might have been there might be an emotion. And if it's just this immediate anger, don't step on my foot because there is a boundary, that's a feeling. And if it then goes away again.
And I have a question. If emotion is for healing, like why did it get created in the first place? Like, it get created and now I heal it, and maybe it could, like, what if it just wasn't there in the first place? I wouldn't have to heal it. So what was the purpose of that emotion?
The purpose for it to still be in the body is that it when there was no space to express it in the first place, or I was surviving by not expressing it, then this mechanism can help to store it somewhere, and then later, when I have the ability to handle it, then I can look at it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Does it mean that an emotion is a feeling that you weren't able to create from in the past, and now it's
Yes.
gotten just rotten or something?
Yes.
So an emotion is a feeling you were not able to create from in the past.
Mm-hmm. So can also see, like, there is something that another trigger, and then usually there is a feeling coming up and being completed, and like being expressed, and then you can be present again. While if it's not being expressed, then you carry it into the future, and it stays somewhere in your body, and you're unconscious about it and then at one point you might realize this emotion, and you can go into an EHP and get completion loops or complete conversations with people who you remember then were part of this experience in the past, and so you can complete it later.
Go.
And this is important. Well, feelings are, and when there is a decision to make in a community, for example, then feelings give valuable information to create in the moment. For example, there can be fear to change the schedule because
it meets the structure of your consciousness, and that creates a feeling. And it feels like we're not owning the structure of our consciousness in this model.
Will you ground it more in reality, Jesse, and not it's too intellectual?
Okay. So
like simple.
So if I walk by and I step on your foot and it doesn't hurt, and you're angry, another person, I walk by and I step on their foot and they're not angry.
yes.
Is the anger about reality, or is the anger about the structure of your psyche and you?
Well, I have the sense that it is my structure and my psyche has a lot to do with how I experience reality, if I'm getting angry at you or not. And yeah, then me getting angry is also just an expression of that, because I might not have these clear boundaries and awareness about that I don't want anyone to step on my toes, and yeah, then I might not have this feeling in the first place. But if I'm aware of my boundaries and you step on my foot and I say, get off my foot, and then you get off, and then it's gone, and then it can be a feeling. While when I'm still angry at you, and
I get that distinction between feelings and emotions. I'm just hypothesizing that feelings are micro emotions because they aren't about reality as much as, like, if you step on the Dalai Lama's foot just as an archetype, you could imagine he doesn't get angry at all because he has dissolved all those triggers, and he's just like, that happened.
yeah.
And so it's like,
He's
hooking you.
the conversation to an intellectual conversation about something completely different than what you're doing.
Like a debate about reality.
No, it's specifically about the distinction of emotions and feelings. Because to me, it doesn't feel like a distinction.
Trying to talk about the trigger and how the trigger.
And so wait, pause.
Yeah,
Ursula. Yeah, Ursula. What is the conversation you want to have right now as you're delivering this map? If you don't get hooked.
Yeah, I hear you that you bring in this inner structure, and it determines how feelings and emotions are played out. But yeah, that's just the underlying thing, and
keep
has
going.
not
Go.
so much to do with that. So yeah, I just wanted to bring in how important it is for decision making to then, when there is a conflict coming up, that it might trigger many emotions in people, and that then it's important to look at them and heal them, and not make a decision from that, because it's from the past. And
So Beep, when you say it's important not to make decisions, it's sort of like an advice. And like, would you be more neutral about that?
It's important to be aware of the distinction between feelings and emotions, so that you can see when a trigger happens. Yeah, is this a feeling right now? And does it bring valuable information to the community that we can act upon, or is it an emotion that I can heal first and then go more neutrally into the decision? Sure. So, yeah. And it's about, yeah, then when the now moves on into the future, like, it doesn't move into the future, but you know, it continues being that. Then there is this process, either this feeling gets expressed and goes back, or the emotion stays.
Okay, for me that's not so clear, because when I go to the future, it's a story, no? Because I don't still know what it is. So I feel something in the present of a story that I have. But is that the same as emotion? Like for me, emotion is something that already happened and I stored it. Not that I'm feeling something about the story of the future. So now I got confused.
It's also not quite clear to me what you mean.
I don't get why it's also called why is it the same as emotion when it's in the past or the future? Like emotion doesn't have to be about a story that I create, something that I experience and I store it. In the future, if I feel something about the future, I'm feeling something about the story that I'm creating that will happen. I'm there.
Yeah, like the story that climate change will create a lot of destruction as a story, and then a fear.
And why is it an emotion also? Or why is it the same name as past, stirred feeling?
Yeah, because it's not present. It's not right now. Right now we're here and in this space, and this fear about the future it's something, yeah, that is not right here. It's not really reality. It's what we assume about what might happen.
Okay. And the way that I assume what would happen, I am assuming it or feeling it from an emotion that I have of that.
Yeah, maybe the fear of dying, or the fear of not having any food or water.
The way that I relate it to future stories, it has to be with how I store these emotions in the past. Is it something like that?
And Ursula, I have a beep, which is you could ask him to give an example to just unfold it.
Okay. Do you have an example?
I am going to use the example that you were using. So the land will be completely, destroyed by the climate change. And I feel fear about that story because I feel fear of an emotion of dying, and actually I'm not so clear about that. Yeah, I mean I'm not dying, it's not happening right now. So the fear is about that story is happening because I have an emotion about what is dying and how I will react to that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my example.
Yeah.
Okay. So the EHP would not be about the island getting destroyed, it would be about being dead or seeing other people dying.
Or your inner reactions on the island being destroyed, and this fear that comes up, and maybe it's a fear that you have experienced before, maybe in a different shape or even in a past life. Or this big human fear of
Beep,
something being
beep.
destroyed.
I sense he already got it a while ago now. Yeah, so it's like it's landed and you could keep going.
I got it, and that was abstract because it was not happening to me. And think for getting it, I have now something that is alive in me. I want to share.
Do you want to share something now?
Yeah. So I feel fear because I have this story of that later there will be some bigger group something and I have to do it right. So that's the future. And my emotion is about being in school and doing it wrong and being suppressed that sadness and that anger. So I got it.
Yeah. So it's just this huge everythingness around the now, where emotions can play out, and right now they're just feelings. Okay. Any other feedback?
Is it complete or you keep going?
It's complete.
Yay!